Summer of 2012, and my mother approached me with an opportunity to prepare myself for college. At the time, I had no idea how critical a role the system would play in my life. I underestimated the power of the system. I said, I don't want to go to college. I don't need to go to college. I gave my mom the typical answer a student gives their parent when asked to try something new. I had no knowledge, no idea how important college was, and I was so unaware of the opportunities available. My parents did not go to college. I didn't have that advising readily available, but they were supportive and wanted more for me. So I did the right thing and accepted her offer. I didn't have a why for that decision until 6th grade. That's when my parents separated. One night I heard them argue and saw police in our apartment. I had no idea what was going on, but I knew it couldn't be good. Shortly thereafter, I began to realize just how corrupt the rest of my family was. My mom, brother, and I moved in a house we rented that had no air conditioning or insulation. We ran fans at night and still woke up drenched in sweat. We had no screens, so opening windows was not an option. It was quite miserable not being comfortable in your own home. Perhaps this is why I remind you I grew up right here in Florida. The area was not much better. It was loud and crime-infested. But despite our situation, my mom worked multiple jobs, and her determination to take care of us was incredible. Soon thereafter, unfortunately, a toxic relationship led to heavy drinking. Seeing everything unfold, sure, it was hard, it was eye-opening, life-changing. But somewhere in that dysfunction, I still had to do my part. As a freshman in high school, I told my mom, you won't have to pay a dime for me to go to college. And it wasn't until much later that I realized you don't use dimes to pay for college. Gets me every time. So I had the why, and now I needed a how. That how was a class that taught me the skills to enhance my individual development. That class was AVID. I was constantly reminded every day of the path I was working towards, college and a prosperous future. We wrote goals, discussed goals, shared each other's visions and struggles. We painted a picture mentally every day of our potential. And not only was it inspiring, but also aspirational. We were being taught the skills needed to execute the actions we must take to get there. AVID is not your usual class. AVID taught me writing skills needed in my ACE English class. AVID taught me note-taking and study habits needed in my ACE History class. AVID taught me how to conduct a study group through tutorials to achieve greatness in my math class. AVID taught me how to think outside the box to create a deeper level of thinking in my anatomy and physiology honors class. Furthermore, I was taught how to speak confidently in front of over 3,000 educators. And not only did I acquire academic skills, but also leadership skills. As a freshman, I established a motivational Instagram page that today nearly has 10,000 followers and growing at Hunter Smith 1. Just in case you were wondering. Furthermore, I became the starting varsity quarterback and football team captain, was voted the junior class president, received the 2017 ACE Citizen of the Year award, represented the O'Galley 2019 class at the Rotary Youth Leadership Awards and FIT Leadership Summits in 2016 and 2017. I also attended the 2017 and 2018 Orlando AVID Summer Institutes as a student leader. This year, I became a council leader for our Rotary Interact Club, president of Anti-Bullying, and AVID Council. I'm a candidate for the highest level of Bright Futures for receiving my ACE diploma, which is 16 hours of college credit, which will cover my college tuition and books. I also received scholarships from Health First, O'Galley Rotary Club, the Julie B. Benson Scholarship Fund, and an AVID scholarship from the Brevard School Foundation. I will now take this time to thank every single one of those organizations for providing me for the funding of my college career and giving me the opportunity to be the first in my family to graduate from college. The accolade that I am most proud of was bestowed upon me at graduation. I received the Principal's Award. This award is given annually to one student by the principal for leaving a significant impression on him, the school, and being the epitome of an Eau Gallie Commodore. So now, what? Everything you learn comes from your experiences. It's the people you surround yourself with that will determine the level of knowledge you gain and where you stand. Both in times of struggle and happiness, we learn and grow. I've always had faith in and the belief that not only me, but my family would overcome adversity. I have since reestablished a relationship with my father. My brother, who is now a full-time dog groomer and has only been in 5 plays and was recently chosen to take the lead role in the play Robin Hood at the Cocoa Beach Surfside Playhouse. My mother, who is now 2 years sober, works full-time, hosts game night live shows throughout Brevard County, does stand-up comedy, and paints paintings to be auctioned off at charity events within our community. Their strength and courage always inspires me. More so, I will never forget that my mom brought me to Avid. Thank you, Mom. When you finally have the courage to accept something new, to sacrifice what you may have been comfortable with in the past, to experience a new opportunity, is when you know your life is limitless. When nothing stops you from saying no without any knowledge and keeping your mind open to obtain the knowledge necessary to establish a true opinion of something, is when you know your life is limitless. My relentless mentality to overcome any obstacle that I faced was supported by the Avid Classroom. Whenever I needed someone to talk to, needed help from a peer or school advising, or even life advising in general, Avid was there. Specifically, Mrs. Siegel, 7th and 8th grade at Johnson Middle School. Mrs. Broom, 9th. Mrs. Shelton, 10th and 11th. And the one and only Mrs. Armstrong, 12th grade. I was in Avid for 6 years. And Avid is why I am prouder than ever to say I've been accepted into 15 universities. I will be attending the University of South Florida to pursue a health science degree and I'll be attending the University of South Florida to pursue a health science degree in pursuit of becoming a physician. There are so many choices, so many possibilities. My journey is limitless. Go Bulls, and thank you so much.